1102.
Thank you. Moving on to item 5. I just wanted to do some committee reports from the chairs. I'm going to go ahead and start with land use. We haven't really had a meeting maybe for a month since the last Clearwater issue, but we will have one on February 13th at Absolute Toe, 6 p.m. And then for the executive committee, our meetings are going to be every third Wednesday of the month at 6 p.m., also at Absolute Toe. And let me see, I'm going to go ahead and pass to Michelle as the chair of, Gama as the chair of outreach, because I know you've had,
Actually, we didn't have a meeting in December, but we did have 2 functions, the tree lighting ceremony and the event that we had here. I want to thank Nick, Sasha, Michelle for holding it down. At the tree lighting event, I was there earlier setting up for you guys. Sorry I couldn't stay because I had a tragedy in the family. That's why the minutes are not ready also, but they will be ready for next month. And thank you to Michelle and Marlene and Akila for their support on what happened. And we're just looking for new ideas, so if you can come out to the membership and outreach meetings, that'd be awesome. You know, they're right here in Councilman Wheeler's the office that's right down the side. It's the third Wednesday right now? I'm sorry, the third Monday at 7. So, okay. And if you want to talk about that?
The 2 events that we decided as a board to participate were the Breakfast with Santa and the El Sereno tree lighting. I got the programs where they did put us on the program. So we are recognized as LA 32 volunteering there because we didn't spend anything. We did participation and they gave us a certificate. So this is here on the table. You guys want to see that our logo, our name was on there. It feels really nice. It'd be really nice to see more of us out there than just the committee, but hopefully for the next one, more of us can be there. That'd be really nice. Thank you.
I know we had ad hoc meetings that you can update us on, and the other ad hoc meeting, right?
Yeah, the other council.
Oh, okay. Well, you can.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, so for the ad hoc elections and voter engagement committee meeting, we had a meeting on December the 18th at the library. We had a meeting on November the 13th at the library. That's the same one. And we had our last special meeting, with the special meeting that featured the candidate forum on October the 29th. Our next meeting is scheduled on January the 20th at 7 p.m. at the library. And also we will be hosting, we will have 2 additional special meetings in February. The first is on February the 11th at 5 p.m. here in the Senior Center. And that special meeting will feature a candidate forum. The candidates for LAUSD District 5, the 3 candidates have all been invited to speak in a similar format as the format that went on October the 29th, which is a brief presentation by the candidates as well as a question and answer period as well. And there's been special requests for sort of the closing arguments that we had at the last meeting on October the 29th. The candidates themselves have requested that again. So that's on February the 11th. Please spread the word and please come on out. Let everyone know, because District 5, that's the schools in this, that's really the schools around this area, and it's an important issue, so we can allocate more funding and really have the ear of one of these people are going to be our representative. So we really get to make an impact there. And also on February the 18th, the following Wednesday, we will have another special meeting here at the Senior Center. And that meeting will feature, will hopefully be the candidates that have been invited will attend, and those candidates are the candidates for City Council District 14. And there are 5 candidates for that. So that will be an interesting meeting, how we're going to fit, how we're going to allow the different candidates to have equal time and to make sure that it's distributed equally and fairly. And I know there was a comment made by Mr. Johnson earlier about making sure that it's open and fair and we give equal time and equal participation by each candidate. We made sure that we reached out to each candidate and invited them. And as well, we for these special meetings, anytime we bring candidates on, we as a city certified organization are bound by certain guidelines that we must be equal and treat each candidate equal. So we'll make sure that those guidelines are followed. I believe that's it. Well, I definitely invite everyone to participate January 20th, 2 meetings at the library, 6 and 7, business and econ, 2nd ad hoc, and February 11th, February the 18th here for the forums. Thank you.
We scheduled a standing rules ad hoc committee for December 19th, but around the holidays, a lot of people couldn't make it, so we didn't have quorum, so we weren't able to meet. So after we'll be having, probably when around next week, I'll be in contact with the committee members and see which time and day works best. And yeah, that's going to be coming up.
Thank you. Are there any other chairs that have anything? Next.
Cool. So I just want to let everyone know that I've been in contact with a few different groups, particularly at Cal State LA. They have it's what's called Off the Nest, and so it's an pretty much arts gallery walk where they highlight the students' art and culture there and what they've done. And so we're planning on inviting the community and some groups to come and check it out as well. As we've been in contact with, what was the name of the theater, the owner of the theaters? Bob Lemley, and seeing how we can collaborate with him to bring more local theaters here and theater performances here to the community. We were planning on having a meeting January 16th. Before I sent it out, I wanted to let the community know and the members here, if they had any feedback, they could let me know. If they had anything they wanted me to place on the agenda, feel free to let me know at any time. That way we can get the ball rolling. Cool. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, item number 6. Moving on to old business. We had this request to get this back on the agenda. We had it tabled, but the committee had some concerns. This is back to the discussion and possible action of the motion that was submitted by the Land Use Committee that the LA 32 Neighborhood Council does not support the development located at 5639 East Huntington Drive North and recommends that LA 32 prepares a community impact statement on the historical value of that location. I'm gonna ask Angela to speak on this. I know we all received an email from Jorge Garcia. Did you all read it? And it's in regards to the property as well as to the community and the stakeholders who spoke out at the number of meetings they had. But Angela was the chair at the time, so do you have any, can you?
Only update, can you hear me? I'm sorry, I'm sick, so I don't want to.
Everybody around us is sick.
The only update that I have is in regards to, as far as I know, the concept of it hasn't even gone to the city. And Mr. Lau is here today. I don't know if we can give him a few minutes to maybe catch us up in regards to his project, to give us some information if it's it hasn't even been submitted to the city, or is that okay if,
I mean, you can public comment, yeah.
that would we have an idea, because I don't recall there's too much. As far as I know, this was pretty much a dead issue. So Thank you.
Is there any other comments?
Maybe has a public comment card.
Yeah. Scott also.
So basically,
I'm sorry, can we do, I'm sorry, Mr. Lau, but we do have is somebody gonna move the motion, or?
I'll move the motion.
Yeah. Do you have a second one?
I'll second.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Lau.
Well, basically, the project's on hold because the city had asked for like historical assessment report. So that report has been done, but the city is reviewing the report in the process of. So isn't anything I can do, without knowing what the result would be. So currently it's on hold. So
Can I ask him a question?
It's not, we can't, we can't.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Johnson?
Yeah, I want to take the time here to think that I've seen a couple of these meetings and I've seen the general tone towards this project. To reinforce again that this report, which Councilman Weeks argued is $50,000 of the Central Los Angeles Refugee Transfer Station Amenities Fund paid for, is still outstanding. Thus, that report and this body's ability to review it before taking an informed vote is very crucial, because you got two property owners here tonight whose vote either way could affect their properties. Also, most important is to make sure, as I stated earlier during public comment, whether this meeting was posted legally as required by the Brown Act. Because if it turned out that there was questions about the legality of the posting of this meeting, then whatever decision you take here tonight is void. Take baby steps here. You're dealing with property investments of people here tonight. Take baby steps and make sure the process is done right. And I would wait till you get a copy of that report from the city of Los Angeles before we move forward anyway on this. For the interest of both parties, all the parties here this evening.
Thank you. We have Ms. Sir, Esperanza? Oh, Esparza.
My name is Moctezuma Esparza. I'm a resident of El Sereno, and my property abuts the back of the subject property. I'm here to advocate that this council, which is elected to represent the community, take a stand. That is your prerogative. That is, in fact, your role and purpose of why these councils exist. All of the neighbors within 500 feet, which I visited almost all of them, are against this development, all of them. We all feel that it is an encroachment on our efforts to create a historic overlay zone, which we have started, in order to create a historic district, which the councilman has already indicated he supports. This home is a classic bungalow, craftsman bungalow, which is part of the historic overlay and has been identified in several surveys as contributing to the historic overlay. I attended a public hearing with the city at the planning department where it was put on hold for a study. That is irrelevant. We're asking you as the representatives of this community to take a stand and to endorse and back your committee, which has urged you to stand and take a vote against the development. The landowner has his rights, and he will pursue his rights. He has already listed the property for sale. He has already evicted the tenants, and he has advertised the property as being entitled for the development of the 6 condo units. We think that this is a dangerous precedent, that he is marketing the property as if it is entitled. So we are asking you to take a stand and vote against this as an entire council, endorsing your committee's stand. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment on this item? Okay. this committee opens up for board discussion. I would anticipate that there's some questions under concerns.
I have several questions on this because I haven't followed up since I left land use. The only question that I have is, I didn't know he had the property for sale, and I do understand we did have several people in the community who did show up with petitions against the project, and I appreciate everybody that attended our meeting. But the question I have is the city's standpoint on it, and I understand that it really, we as a board, we should take an action on it, whether we're gonna support the concept that was presented to the city, or not. Just keep in mind, Mr. Lau is also a stakeholder, but we did have heavy opposition regarding this project. So I ask the board to please ask as many questions as possible, or maybe they don't want to postpone it again because it's really much sitting at the city. There's nothing happening there until this study is done. Do we even know when the study is going to be completed by the city, or does anyone know? And board chair, if you can give me an update, because I don't think I received this